Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about Colin was, like, he was such a big influence on me ever becoming a rally driver. I loved rally as a kid. It didn't have much coverage in the States, but from what I could see of it, it was the motorsport that, like, spoke to me because of the way that he drove, the way that he embodied the sport, the way he had fun with the car. That just spoke to me in such a different way than any other driver that I saw in the WRC. That's one of the things back in that time, like the WRC wasn't on TV for us. And I think for me that finding those like VHS tapes and being able to experience those events and the story of winning that championship that year, I think those are the things that really made Colin's legend to me bigger than life.
Do you get scared? Do you not have fear?
If you're not scared, you're not going fast.
Okay.
Sometimes you win a lot more in a failure than you do in a win. And these moments this year have really pushed me to become the best driver that I've ever been. So I hate these moments. I really, truly hate the struggling moments, but I like what it's helped me become. So when Colin passed away, I was devastated. I was actually down in New Zealand filming a project for DC Shoes. We were actually with my rally car with a bunch of snowboarders on a ski resort, and I had just been texting with him and maybe a call, and I had told him, like, you're really gonna like what I'm doing, like, because we had this shared passion about having fun with rally cars. And I think I was still there when he'd passed away, and I got the news, you know, and so I was just devastated. I had, you know, here was one of my heroes in the sport that I loved, that I'd then become friends with, had competed against a couple times, and you know, for me it was a great experience and such a big learning experience too, to be around him, and then all of a sudden to have him be gone, it was mind-blowing really for me. I couldn't believe it in the beginning, you know, and especially since I'd, you know, met his family and gone and visited at his home in Scotland, and so everything was very personal for me. So to hear, you know, about all the events that happened was really, yeah, devastating is a very good word for that, I think. You know, the biggest inspiration that Colin had on me was really just the flat-out driving style of the 90s. When I got into racing rally cars, you had to drive them fairly neat. The more sideways you got, kind of the slower it was. But I wanted to drive really sideways, so for me, going out and doing the Gymkhana videos was sort of that expression of what I loved of rally from the 80s and 90s, but especially what I saw Colin